Hello, hello. We have a new chapter of One Piece. This is 1108. I don't know the title because we have a lovely color spread showing some of the ladies of One Piece hanging out, drinking wine, wearing nice red dresses and stuff. I don't know if this is like a Valentine's Day thing. It's the only thing I can guess, but Valentine's Day was actually a couple weeks ago at this point. Lots of dogs too. Love these dogs. Notably, Uta from One Piece movie Red is here. Another kind of like semi-canonical character like Shiki, who appears really only in a movie or other supplementary things, but has kind of been adopted as basically canon, even though I don't think she'll have a role in like the main story. I don't think. I don't know. Anything is possible now. One Piece is crazy. Reiji is here too, putting the moves on, what's her face? Tashigi, who we haven't seen in a long time. Interesting that Reiji is wearing, like, black. Everybody else is wearing some sort of red. But yeah, it looks like a good time. Alright, let's move on to the chapter. This is called Come In World. Okay, so the last one was just a crazy chapter in general. I got very, very excited, and I think I was correct to do so. For me, the biggest thing was just, Luffy beating up a 5 Elder Star member of Gorosei, and basically just owning him. That felt amazing. And then the giant pirate crew at long last rampaging, destroying the world government. And then the Blackbeard pirates showing up and being so cool. Okay, so there was one thing I missed. One thing that I didn't clue in on what was happening. And that was why Devon, I believe her name is, the Moon Hunter, patted St. J. Garcia, St. Saturn, and was like, alright, we're good here. And I speculated, is this somehow how they're extracting, like, devil fruit powers? Which didn't really make any sense to me, because that seemed like a whole big rigmarole thing when they did it before. But no, I forgot. She has the face-changing power, just like Mr. 2. And at first people thought, that was, she got Mr. 2's fruit, R.I.P. Mr. 2. But Hope is still around for the Mr. 2ers, because instead she has the mythical nine-tailed fox power. And in Japanese mythology, one of the many, many things foxes are capable of doing is transforming into other appearances. So that's just one of her mythical zone powers, and I guess it works pretty similar to Mr. 2, in that she has to touch somebody to log the face in her, like, face database. So that could lead to some very, very interesting stuff with the Blackbeard pirates able to impersonate extremely high ranking, like the highest ranking world government people. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I just got such a tickle in my throat. I'm singing later today, so I have to be very proactive and drink some water if anything bad happens. Okay, so that I didn't quite understand. I was reading comments later, and that became apparent. But yeah, crazy chapter, lots of implications, and I think the madness will continue here. Caribou begging to join the Blackbeard crew. He's ended up on this government island, and he threatened the Commodore's life. I like that they call Blackbeard a Commodore. It just kind of suggests some ideological difference between him and Luffy. Luffy being, a captain in his blood, even if he is the head of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. If you kill me now, Master Teacher's gonna split your skulls. I have some very valuable information you won't hear from anyone else. One of the ancient weapons named after the gods Poseidon refers to the power of Shirahoshi, Princess of Fishman Island. We knew that. We found out at the same time as him, actually, because he was chillin' and hiding and learning. Another one, Pluton slumbers beneath the land of Wano. We knew that too, because this piece of shit, again, was lurking. The only people in the entire world who know both of these facts are the Star Hat crew and little old me. And that might actually be true. I don't know. Because it's, like, very interesting. There's kind of, like, the normal flow of piracy and questing for the One Piece and the things you kind of learn as consequence of that. And then the One Piece crew has kind of been hitting all those notes and being at all these, like, big historic moments. But they've also been doing side quests. They were up in Skypiea. Nobody else went there since Roger, probably. They were just up there chilling. They learned so much. They went to Fishman Island and led like a revolution and squashed some violent punks and blew up a ship. I don't know. A lot of stuff happens in Fishman Island. And, you know, they learned about Shirahoshi there, too. And it's kind of like all the other pirates, you know, they weren't doing that stuff. But at the same time, it's like they were probably doing their own side quests, their own mini adventures. They probably had their own encounters with peoples and islands that the Straw Hats know nothing about. And that's the beauty of One Piece. That's the beauty of the richness of this world building. So I don't know. Something like the ancient weapons, which is obviously very, very important and powerful, but really is just one of many gigantic revolutionary potentially forces in the world. I don't know. It's like, how much does your average pirate crew know about that? And then how much does the Blackbeard pirate crew, which is not your average pirate crew, know about that? Okay, so it looks like they're going to take him along. Blackbeard gains this valuable information. May go after Wano. I don't know. We may maybe get a little side plot of Wano's resistance against Blackbeard's invasion or Fishman Islands. It's basically going to be like, how strong is the Straw Hat brand now? How much does that protect an island? You know, both in ideological terms, like do people dare not attack it in the same way that Blackbeard's mark prevented any interference? And then, you know, in the practical terms of, okay, well, what does that mean? Who gets sent out to deal with this? So yeah, the bubble shields, this is so satisfying. Because it was so tragic to see all this cool Egghead Island tech being used against the good guys, being used against the side of Vegapunk. But thanks to Bonnie and Kuma's bond, thanks to Vegapunk's one act of transgression, that one crucial act, it's all getting flipped on its head. Ooh, we get to see some of the Vice Admirals again. Oh yeah, and I also found out the Red King, that really weird worm-looking admiral, that's like a Kamen Rider reference, I think. Yeah, I think it was Kamen Rider, that there's a Kamen Rider villain that looks like that and is also called Red King. So that's just cute. That's just Oda tossing in a reference to something he loves. We got Vice Admiral Bluegrass. I just love, anytime Oda does this, it's like the names are so on point, and the designs are so on point, and the powers, what maybe little we see of them, are so intriguing, so on point. I don't know. Any chapter that has this sort of like, and check these people out, it's just so great. Bluegrass, I think, maybe has been around before. Certainly looks very old. Hound. Is it possible to cancel the Buster call? Don't think it's ever been done before. Yeah, this is kind of nuts. And it's a good point. Even if they can win out against the Pacifista, now they're down a ton of Pacifista. That's like one of their big fighting forces. Vice Admiral Guillotine. Awesome. There's no way we can call it off now. He's turned traitor against the government. He's guilty of treason. Our first course of action against the Pacifista is back under control. Oh, right. Okay, so they figured it out, I guess maybe from reporting from the island, that it's Bonnie who now has the ultimate authority over the Pacifistas. Doberman, of course, this dude's been around forever. He was actually one of the first, like, Navy men I think we saw kind of in action. When would that be? I don't know. It's not worth trying to remember now. But yeah, Doberman we've seen many, many appearances of. Okay, trying to track down Bonnie. Tosa using 10 finger pistols that will chew through any armor. The Tosa bite. I think we've seen this guy before too. I can picture his big puffy beard. This is so cool. Because it's like we got, you know, so many of these Vice Admiral characters and stuff have cropped up in so many situations. Shots in Navy HQ, the Whitebeard War obviously had a ton. And it's like, they don't need to have like arcs. They don't need to have big introductions. It's just so fun to see them and understand what their shtick is and stuff. And of course he gets wrecked by the Giants. Oh, and Frankie doesn't know. Frankie doesn't realize these are allies. New enemies? No, 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 no. I'm sure at some point he was told the story. No way you're sailing for like days on end. And Luffy isn't bragging about how he has two giant buds. I guess it's really Usopp that would be bragging. But I guess if Usopp was bragging, maybe Frankie didn't believe him. Brushed up on new members to their bounty posters. Let's see any of them. Are you researchers here? We've come for the Straw Hat crew. Uh-oh. What beef have you got with him? No, Frankie. These are friends. Oh, and it's because the wanted poster for Frankie is the General Frankie, right? I think so. It's not like a picture of Frankie's face. It's a picture of the robot. It's him and his mech. So this is gonna be very awkward. Because I guess even if Frankie knows, oh, we have some giants we're allied with, he's not gonna assume, oh, these are those giants. Anyways, I hope this gets resolved right here. We've come for the Straw Hat crew. Luffy's my captain. I think these are all the type of people that would never ever think, oh, he's lying about being a Straw Hat. Because, whatever. It's clear that he doesn't think, he thinks they have beef with the Straw Hats. No beef, only gratitude. Yeah. Happily protect any of their friends. Those are some familiar names. Of course we will. Vegapunk is the man that Scholar mentioned. Jaguar T-Sol, perhaps? The giant turned marine man turned betrayer who is now helping out the revolutionary cause. Are those the masters Usopp always talks about? Of course, yeah, of course. Of course Usopp would be bragging about that. Look at them, they're just carrying around Frankie and Kuma like they're little toys. Bonnie just chilling there. They're so big. I love this dude's design too, the one that they left them with. All the giants just have awesome designs. I love that they're always grinning. And they have like this Viking fits and... Oh, I love the giants. Oh, it's so hype. Getting all this giant action. Vice Admiral Urban. Cool. The Fishman, perhaps. Vice Admiral Pomsky. Got blasted or hit by giants. I'm going on to the island. Okay. And then they ride in on one of the Vegapunk sea beasts. The mechanical sea beasts. Ship from Elbaf is on the northeast coast. My superior officer was a giant over 20 years ago. Ah, Saul! Right, okay, yeah. He was a strong one. He was indeed. So yeah, we know Vice Admiral John Giant was a giant. Which was a great twist, by the way, because Oda said in the SBS his name was John Giant. And then you found out later that he was actually a giant. So maybe we can estimate the strength of a random giant pirate to be around the same as a Vice Admiral. And I'm not going to get into some whole power levels discourse nonsense, but I'm just trying to anticipate very practically for the plot. Do the giants just get free win? I mean, they are one of the most legendary pirate crews in the entire series. I think they're pretty damn strong. But I don't know. The Navy has some of their strongest forces here, too. On a sky island? Yeah, they, like, know what's up, but they don't know about Egghead. Gotta get out of here. You won't make it. Can they help Vegapunk? Don't you remember that we promised you we'd get you off this island? Made up my mind, there's something here I must protect. I'm gonna have to tell Bonnie about her special authority until she's more grown up. They'll be after her life. Keep her safe. Makes sense. Whoa, yeah. Saint Saturn is looking so crazy. His eyes look bizarre. Coated with poison. Oh, man. Really making it intimidating. What a design. Oh my gosh. He's like becoming kind of like traditional art of a Japanese oni, right? Like it's becoming more and more of that sort of expressiveness. Luffy, of course, casually dodging. Ooh, but of course, Vegapunk getting wrecked by Kizaru. Oh man, I don't know. They just can't ignore Kizaru and hope that this is so tough. Cause like, how do they protect Vegapunk? I don't think they can protect Vegapunk. He's probably already dead. You guys aren't going anywhere. Oh my god. Grabbing Kizaru while he's trying to move at the speed of light. Look at the teeny little hat on his back. The giant Luffy gripping Saint Saturn's face. Whoa! Managing to get one more transmission. Oh, I see. This is like a dead man's switch. This is like if Vegapunk perhaps falls under some critical life thresholds, this will allow him to relay one final message out into the world, knowing that it's too late for him. Many of you will be shocked by what I have to say in this message. I assure you that it is the truth of the world. It is time to get the entire world frenzied in anti-government sentiment. One Piece is so based. One Piece is so great. This arc is just so crazy. Okay, I can't wait to see what's next. See you next week. Bye-bye.